Hi guys. Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. My name is Favor. I'm here to teach about computers, computer systems. I understand this the world is turning to computer, IT informations, and I think young generations actually need to hear about this because what we're doing here is that in in life you have to progress, you have to upgrade. Now, do you know that computer before it is just called a computer? As time goes by, it becomes a computer system. Before you know it, generations start coming in from 1940s to 1950s. First generation of computers came out. Yes, first generation of computers, they uses vacuums, vacuums, the vacuum tubes for processing, wire large, expensive and unwired. Another one is they consume a lot of powers that time. Yeah, consume a lot of powers. You know, power by the time the electricity, not now that we you have to get a prepaid, then electricity will just would is stable, but the power is being consumed a lot. Examples of these computers, what are we talking about? ENIEC, EDVAC, sorry, pardon me, UNVAC, IBM 701, and IBM 650, and many more. So right now, what am I trying to educate here? I'm trying to let you know that computers started from somewhere, first generation 1945 to 1950s. Then second generation is from 1950s to 1960s. Okay, so it's 1950s to 1960s, they used transistors. Instead of vacuum tubes, they use what? Transistors. So were smaller, faster, and more reliable than first generation computers. Introduced magnetic core memory. Magnetic core memory. Okay, very soon I'll break this down, but in this video I'm going to be talking about the generations of the computer. We have just 5 generations. The first generation is from 1940s to 1950s, which uses vacuum tubes for processing, they are well large, expensive then, and unreliable, and they consume a lot of power. Examples include ENAIC, EDVAC, UNVAC. I will explain these things one by one in my next video. IBM 701 and IBM 650. Second generation is it's used transistors instead of vacuum tubes. They were smaller, faster, and more reliable than the first generation computers. Yeah. So they introduced magnetic core memory. Third generation comes from 1960s to 1970s. You see, it's progressing. There is a progress here. It's progressing. The more it progresses, the faster it becomes. The more it progresses, the smaller it becomes and more useful. So let's progress. Sorry. Third generations come from 1960s to 1970s. They use integrated circuit (ICS) to increase speed and efficiency while reducing size. Do you understand me? They introduced magnetic desktop and operating systems. So this is where the operating systems comes in. So I will be breaking this down, but in this video, I'm talking about just the generation of the computers. Fourth generation came in 1970s till date. From 1970s till date, fourth generation computers has been in. Okay, so in fourth generation, they are used microprocessors to develop personal computers, which is PCs. They introduce graphical user interfaces and networking. Okay, so right now I'm going to be talking about some topics called like computer generation, which what are we key points, key concepts of this computer studies? They exploring the evolutions of computers and generations of computers, the first to fifth. So right now, let me quickly get to the fifth generation. Now, the fifth generation is here. We are in computer age, 1970s till date. We are still using fourth generation, 1970s still present. As you can see, the PCs, which is personal computers, and it has introduced interfaces. Interfaces and networking. You know what we talk about networking? We talk about your IP address, you can talk about connectivities, you talk about MTN, you talk about Vodafones, you talk about telecells. Different countries have different networks. Well, I'm not going to network right now. I'm talking about generation of computers. So right now we have five generation of computers, and I've been able to talk about four generation. Then four generation, the fourth generation is from 1970s till date. So right now you can next on my next video I'll be seriously talking about how you can know the generation sorry the so in my next video I'll be talking about how you can understand your computer and know the generations in your computer, how you can check it. So by next video, if you know, by next video I'll be talking about that. So if you know you like this kind of videos, don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. Drop your comments. Thank you very much. Bye.